Artists of every medium should give collage a shot. Even as an exercise in vibe or composition, just ball it up, throw it in the recycling bin after. No one needs to know. It could be our little secret. Of all the mediums I've tried, none has been as emotionally and artistically rewarding to me personally as collage. Trying new mediums keeps things fresh and exciting, generates new ideas, new possibilities. So I recommend collage to everybody, but especially to those who haven't tried it. I feel like learning a skill is more fun than actually having the skill. Like playing a game you already won hundo P'd versus getting there in the first place. But regardless, I think that collage is really, really fun, satisfying, and cathartic. Experimenting with collage makes you better at other art mediums as well because it's a gift that just keeps on giving. It enhances life in general. As all art mediums do, it is a form of therapy. Really, truly, it is. Okay, so how? How does it help you? Well, for starters, going out every day becomes a little bit of a scavenger hunt. Ads, magazines, those little chick track type papers annoying people give you instead of a tip. Maybe some trash if it's clean, clean trash. I don't judge. You observe the things around you more deeply for the feelings they are meant to evoke and for the feelings that they actually do evoke. Their quality, durability, and what they mean to whoever put them there. Like, can I take one? Can I take two? How many can I take? Okay, I'll take one. I'll take one. I get more excited to find damaged, mass produced material than well kept, rare material, granting the mundane a special status. A status that I can kind of. I can make it into art. I can immortalize it. So everyday things like trash, packaging, that kind of thing becomes more exciting. I used to live by a library that had a box of damaged books that they would just give away. They were books they couldn't rent out anymore, and they tended to be children's books, which have a lot of pictures because kids tend to break stuff. One time, I found a very cute collection of 5 comics with not that many pages missing, but the cover and any identifying info was missing. So I read it, cut it up, taped a bunch of the pages on my wall, and filed the rest away for future collages. Then one day at an art show, someone came up to me and said, "Oh, so you're the artist here tonight?" And I said, "Yeah." And then they got real excited and they said, "Oh, finally somebody who reads Jonesy. I love Jonesy. Oh my God, Jonesy." And I had no idea what they were talking about. So they took me over to this piece here and pointed to this diva right here and said, "You read Jonesy." And I guess I did read Jonesy. News to me, but I did read it. There's a pizza pie on my tomato butt. Oopsie daisy. And then we had a good chat about cute comics that we both enjoyed. And that's pretty fun. I don't really get to meet many people who are into that. You get to connect. You get to hide little details that someone, somewhere will recognize and get super excited. Little Easter eggs crammed into every square inch of art. It is a medium especially suited to that. If something connects with you, you could place it in this context that is easy to keep track of, positioned in some way that shows what it meant to you and how you connected to it, and then you never know when it'll jump out at you in the real world. I go through lots and lots of catalogs, stuff that I didn't even know existed, like catalogs for the government to order road signs and speed bumps. Become the friend who everyone knows collects any kind of paper. A lot of catalogs. And then I see stuff in the real world and I think, wow, I come across toys or products or whatever that have found their way into my pieces. They have this deep resonance with me, and I've never actually encountered them. And then when I do, they have this special meaning to me. But folders, right? So if you get collage pilled like me, if you are that collage pilled, you start to keep folders. Maybe you can transmute being a pack rat into being an organized pack mouse. Cute little. You just take the picture you want out of the catalog, recycle the rest of the magazine, and it takes considerably less space. You can categorize them by size, shape, color, function. God, I love sorting things. I'm getting the vapors here. I have folders for signatures, comics, cartoons, glitchy tech, aminals, people large, people small, religious, spiritual, nature, sky, texture, text, pattern, uh, uh, conspiracy. I have a folder. I have a manila envelope labeled conspiracy filled with pictures of Scooby Doo and Randy Rainbow because I can, because it's my life to live and I can do that and that's fine and that's a normal thing to do. That's a good thing to do. Where the hell is my conspiracy folder? Cannot find it because Randy is on to me. Fucking watching you, Randy. He's part of the Cuomo sexual agenda. You have to watch out. You have to watch out for him. A lot of these folders are kind of ideas in the making that I need more material for. Like the conspiracy folder, I'm going to get some red twine, bop, 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 Randy Rainbow. But the folder remembers for me the things that I've previously designated would work for it. So that frees up some space in my brain because I um, physically have offloaded that into these folders. Like these are my ideas. These are my ideas in their in folder form, and they're going to be great. But yeah, so if I'm trying to express some emotion, like gender stuff or whatever, I grab whatever folders might be relevant: queer, objects, political, lewd, and then bam. I've got pre-cut out emotionally resonant symbols, and all I have to do is put them together in whatever way makes me feel the most. I can focus strictly on that. Put them together, pre-cut out, because if I don't feel creative one day, I can always just trace an image in a stack of papers with an X-Acto knife while mindlessly watching TV. And then when brain off time is over, there's active creation. When I'm in that mood to get something off my chest, I pick up the folder, collect the symbols and textures, and I use them as a jumping off point. And last night I had a dream of an idea called the Sophie effect. Sophie, legendary hyperpop producer known for, among other things, making synth tones out of sounds from objects that the songs are about. Squeaky latex, running liquid, clanging metal, and entreating the sound so much that it's not that sound anymore. But it still evokes some feeling originally found in that thing. Even though it doesn't sound like a water drop specifically, it evokes wetness subliminally. This is a lot like the textures in collaging. You can evoke the original vibe of a thing, even when it's not recognizable. And thinking things like this attunes you to the vibe of shape, color, texture, etc. In a way that will benefit you in any other medium that you switch to. They say painting realism attunes your eyes to nature, light, and all that, and it does. But collaging does something similar, albeit more with media and the effect media has on you. It trains your vibe media reading. Painting is great. It is up there as one of my favorite mediums, but collage is just the most fun to actually create in, I think. Like collaging, it facilitates this kind of combination thinking, right? This kind of dialectical mermaid method of creation, this kind of, you know, woman, fish, mermaid, punk, reggae, ska. The mermaid. Very radical concept that has spanned countless stories, countless generations and cultures. Woman up top, fish down there, bam. Business in the front, fish in the back. And that resonates with people for some reason. Maybe the biggest leg up that collage has is you can rearrange over and over and over with ease before you glue down. And there's this tactile, satisfying thing that it's physically in front of you. With things that you've collected, there's something very satisfying about that.
Like a magpie building a nest, picking up a piece of straw here, a thread there.
Granted, you can rearrange things in digital art quite easily as well, but whatever. Compared to painting, traditional drawing, your sketches are considerably harder to redo. But with collage, you could just move it around. You could just move it like, oh, what if this goes in this corner instead? And it just works. There is this pretty obvious limitation of what you have available to you that is quite different from drawing, where you could just do anything you want. But personally, I like that limitation. And I also like that I don't have to focus too much on anything besides the symbols, textures, and how they make me feel. It reminds me a bit of John Darnielle of the Mountain Goats, who has a tendency to use simple chord progressions when he's dealing with something, some kind of personal subject matter requiring a particular devoted focus and emotional presence. Something that he can strum mindlessly to, just focus on coming up with the words and the emotions. Collage is kind of like that. It's kind of like taking other stat sliders down to bring the symbolism up and the vibe and composition up. I love it so much. I love collage so much. Art is like reacting to the past and present and screaming it out into the present and future. And collage renders that process clearer, like beat sampling or folk music. Collaging, it's just the bee's knees. It's just simply the best. So tell me, do you collage already? Are you going to give it a shot? What is your favorite medium to work in? If you like this, why not share it around? Because the algo is not kind to folks without polish. Anyway, like, subscribe. My sincerest thank yous for watching. You have to collage. He's like hypnotized to love the tomato butt, the pizza pie on his tomato butt.